So today, I'm going to talk to you about what Solidworks is, why you should care about it, and how you can get it for free. So, what is it? So basically, it's a software that allows you to build in your computer. So this is, like, professional engineers use this as an example. And it's sort of a type of CAD, which stands for computer-aided design. So, like, you can use it in robotics a lot. Like, you can build this. You can also make assemblies, which is basically where you take a whole bunch of parts and you put them together, which is really great because you don't have to build something in real life. You can just build it on the computer. Then that way you're not using parts. It's a lot quicker sometimes, and you get exact measurements. And the judges really like to see that. So I'm going to make a part. So I'm going to step away from the microphone. I'm going to open SolidWorks and make a part for you guys, which is going to be a sensor mount. So basically it's a 3D printed part which can be attached to C channel, and you can attach a modern robotics sensor to that. But I start off with a sketch. So I'm going to make this into sort of an L shape. I'm using the smart dimensioning tool to dimension all my sketches, and then using the extruding tool to extrude them however far I want to extrude them. So I have an L shape, that's great. Now I'm going to make the texture explorer pattern over here. And then this way you can mount it onto your Tetris stuff. Using the extruding tool to make holes, there's a lot of different ways to make holes, but I like this way personally. In SolidWorks, there's something called a circular pattern, which allows you to make a circular pattern. So that's really great because you don't have to make your holes over many times. Then there's also a mirroring tool, which is really great because you can mirror everything that you make. So in the regular hole pattern, there are 8 holes, but I'm not doing 8 holes because I'm going to put the bolt wouldn't fit over this area very well. That's just a personal preference. Going to use the mirroring tool again. Then I have all of my holes that I need. And then, because it's going to be 3D printed, might want some more support. So I'm going to put some triangular structures over here, which would make sure that doesn't break at the seam as easily. Using the mirroring tool again. I use that tool a lot. Very useful. Now we're pretty much done. When you 3D print stuff, it can actually be surprisingly sharp. So I'm going to use something called a fillet, which will round the edges. And then you have nice rounded edges. And then if you want to make it really cool, you can put color. So now you have your part, and you can do a lot of things with it now. You can put it into assembly, like I did over here. So this is the sensor, this is your C channel, and it just kind of goes to show that you can use it in assembly. But you don't just have to put it in assembly, you can do a lot more. So you can 3D print it, which is really cool. So, damn. To do that, you take your part and you save it on your computer as an STL. And STL stands for Standard Triangular Language. And basically that puts it into a language that the slicing program will recognize. So basically a slicing program translates your part into a code that 3D printer can use. So we use Repo to your host. It's free. You can just go onto the internet and find it pretty easily. It covers pretty much most of the things that you need. And then that converts it into G-code. And the G-code will go directly into the 3D printer, and then it'll make your part. So you might want to know how to get Solidworks, because it's very useful. The best part about it is that it costs you nothing. So basically, you just go to Google, and you search Solidworks FTC sponsorship. And usually the first website that shows up is the one that you want to be at. It should look something like that, FRC team and blue shirts. Then at the bottom it says, click here to apply for team sponsorship. Yeah, so that's pretty much your golden ticket. You need to find that. And then you click on it, and then your coach will fill out the survey. And it's just asking like, what type of team are you? Be sure to mention that you're FTC, because that's important. As like email, stuff like that. And you just wait for them to send you an email. So basically, it's very easy. Solidworks actually wants to hand out sponsorships to FTC teams because they want you to know how to use it. Because when you become like an adult or engineer or whatever, then you're going to end up buying their product. So, but it's really great for us because we can get it for free now, which is awesome. So, also, Solidworks can help you with using a CNC mill. So, that big piece of metal right there. On the right, that's what it was before, and on the left, that's what came out of the CNC. So that was our base plate for our robot. Very nice. So what you basically do, I haven't done it before, but from what I understand, you take your Solidworks file, you put it into Mastercam, and that translates. It's kind of like similar to G-code for the 3D printer, just that sort of CNC. It tells the CNC what to do, and then the drill bit goes around and cuts out your part. So, yeah, if you have questions, you should write down my email, and then you just email me and ask me questions about stuff.